This is the view just south of the Beach Hill Hotel on the east side of Lake Windermere. It's Saturday the 19th of September 2009, around 8:10 in the morning, and what you can see here is sort of the aftermath of a large sort of ripple on the surface that just emanated seemingly from nowhere. It came in like a soft V shape, and I missed the start of it because I was filming something else at the other end of the lake there. Even when I zoom in, I can't sort of see anything on the surface there. I can't tell whether it's a duck. It could be some large fish underneath the surface. It's really hard for me to tell from this distance. You might be able to see something right in the centre there, actually. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is at all. It did look quite impressive, first of all. But this next shot is towards Rawlinson's Nab, is the promontory on the left. The very far left, and what you can see here are sort of subsurface, I don't know how you describe that, it looks like aerations, and on the left of frame, just breaking here there, you can see the similar thing happening. It's quite a large sort of subsurface disturbance, I would say, there, and you can sort of hear myself laughing as I disbelieve myself, believing what I'm seeing to be the cables from the local Windermere ferry. But as I zoom in there, you can see there's two kind of striations, two lines of subsurface bubbles perhaps, and breaking on the left here, something does break the surface, possibly a cormorant, a fish, but it seems to continue, and it does leave like a large wake and also a large subsurface disturbance, and judging by the size of the trees there, you know, that could be about 20 feet long or so. That's even longer, this first one. I've blown up the centre section, you can see there. But this on the left here is the most interesting part, because you can see something leave the surface, seemingly something small, but then it leaves a large subsurface disturbance. So I don't know what that is, and I welcome any thoughts.
So the footage we showed you, can you talk us through what you saw, what you think about it, and whereabouts it's from?
Yeah, initially the cameraman that took the shot said that he thought it was something to do with the ferry. The car ferry goes across with, it's pulled by a couple of cables on either side. And he just thought that possibly it was a wash from the ferry. The ferry is a good 1.5 miles further up the lake.
So whereabouts are we talking?
We're Rawlinson Nab was where the footage was taken, and the wave, if we call it a wave, was going into the bay there. The ferry is off the map here. I mean, it'd be a good 1.5 miles.
So it's unlikely to be that.
Very much so, because the wave would go into this shore if the ferry was going this way, and if it was going this way, it would be into the east shore. It would never travel that far. No.
And if there were other boats about, you could maybe put it down to that.
Absolutely, but I didn't see any boats in the footage, and the cameraman showed me there was nothing there.
No. So you're pretty convinced by what you saw?
I'm convinced it's not the ferry, and it's not a boat, and it's
something big.
It's something, and a bit of interest for today.
Yeah.
Which has happened. It's blatantly happened, and it happened at a time when it's very visible. I mean, that could be happening now, but there's a bit of a chop on the lake, and so it's not very visible. It was a good time to be filming this morning.